You are listening to the LMB Network, the way radio is meant to sound.
Looking for a cafe with a home-like appeal where all who enter feel like they are part of something? Visit My Coffee Shop, located in Eastlake, Atlanta, Georgia. MCS has a full breakfast and lunch menu, offering both hot and cold options, and is home of the amazing basil lemonade. But don't forget their assortment of freshly brewed coffees. Come on by at 2462 Memorial Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30317. We're pretty sure My Coffee Shop at Eastlake will become your coffee shop, too.
iDope. Globally inspired vision stylewear. A fusion of classic heritage and contemporary sophistication. An essential part of your lifestyle and fashion expression. iDope. Vision stylewear for the fashion-forward and socially conscious. Let's make this a dope world together. iDope. Available online at iDope.com. That's EYEDOPE. iDope.com. SurvivalRadioNetwork.com.
Survival Radio Network, with now more than 1 million downloads. Congratulations to the staff, producers, engineers, and hosts for your tireless pursuit of excellence. And thank you, our loyal listeners, for supporting this movement to inspire, motivate, and educate people worldwide. Survival Radio Network, Survival Radio Christian Network, and our new Survival Sports Radio Network broadcast top-notch shows Sunday through Saturday. Check us out by visiting our website at www.survivalradionetwork.us. SRN, we do radio 1 million strong.
The SRN.
Take a verse for my man called Miles, cause seems to me he's gonna be around for a long while. Cause he's a multi-talented and gifted musician who can play any position. It's no mystery that you're no risk to me, cause I'm the love until your girl to throw a kiss to me and hop in bed and have a fight with the pillow. Turn off the lights and let the J give it to you, and let the trumpet blow as I kick this. This rapping is fundamental and Miles sounds so wicked. A little taste of the bebop sound with the backdrop of doo-hop, and this is why we call it the doo-bop, the doo-bop.
Welcome to EMGN Radio. I'm your host, Melisa, and I am so excited to be with you on today. Before we get into our show with our amazing and wonderful guests, I wanted to just start off by giving you the power play of the day. So the power play of the day is to follow your intuition. And I say this because so many times we get that nudging, we get that inkling that we are supposed to do something, and we don't follow through. But oftentimes it's following your intuition. It's going with that very thing that God has given us to do in that moment that will lead to your very big breakthrough. So I encourage you today to follow your intuition and allow it to be your guide so that you can have those big breakthroughs and see those big visions come true in your life. So we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to meet with our very first guest, Miss Ivy, the Body Love Coach. So you guys are listening to EMGN Radio with your host, Melisa, and we'll be right back.
Be back again. I've been thinking about time. I've been thinking about space.
Do you have a business, product, service, or an event coming up? Is your current marketing getting you nowhere? Survival Radio Network is an award-winning network with over 1 million downloads. We're offering high-exposure 30-second spots on our network, reaching diverse demographics both locally and nationwide. Give us a call at 323-977-8172 or visit our website at www.survivalradionetwork.us today. SRN. We do radio.
Do you have tax issues, owe back taxes, or need tax relief? Contact L&B Tax Service today. L&B offers you over 15 years of expertise and first-class tax service for individuals, professionals, and business owners. With nationwide service, you can easily find a location near you. Contact one of our tax professionals through our website, lbtaxservice.com. That's www.lbtaxservice.com. L&B Tax Service Incorporated. Tax professionals that you can trust.
Do you know that having a dirty filter in your heating and air system can cause major damage to your unit and pollute the air in your home? Having proper maintenance to your heating and air system is just like getting a tune-up on your car. Schedule one today and avoid spending unnecessary money tomorrow. Call Temperature Design Heating and Air today. 770-823-7160. That's 770-823-7160.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
The SRN.
Welcome back. Well, I am so excited to introduce our very first guest today, Miss Ivy Felicia. So I want to give you guys just a little glimpse of who this amazing young lady is. So Ivy combines compassion, commitment to support women and men in developing loving relationships with their bodies at any size. The certified holistic health coach and body image expert focus on highly individualized, sustainable lifestyle design plans that help our clients develop wellness habits without body shame or body bullying. Her unique approach to body relationship coaching stems from her personal life challenges with body image issues due to weight fluctuations caused by PCOS and insulin resistance. She says, embrace your body now and love yourself always. That's the driving motto behind Ivy's body positive movement. See body, love self. Her tribe and her clients celebrate Ivy's nurturing spirit and wealth of information. We want to go ahead and just welcome Ivy to the show.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Ivy. How are you doing?
I'm awesome, and I'm even better now that I'm talking with you and able to be a part of this awesome show today.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to have you on. First of all, I just have to let our audience know that I personally know you and have seen a journey of you growing this business. And I am just so proud of you and what you are doing for women.
Thank you so much. Yes, we've definitely both evolved over time, and I'm just as proud of you, and I'm just as excited about what you're doing. And I love it when two women who have built something from the ground up can come together and support each other. So I love the fact that you invited me to be a part of this.
Yay! I'm so excited. So I got to dig right in. I generally ask a lot of questions about your background, and we're going to do that, and some things that's happening with you, and we're going to do that. But I got to tell you, I discovered that Instagram page, and I think it's called Fat Bodies.
Fat Women of Color.
Fat Women of Colors. And I was like, oh, my God, I didn't know that was yours. And I just saw, how cool is this? Because I'm in such a space of loving my body, loving every curve, every lump, every bump, and just to see what you're doing to build self-esteem and awareness for women, I'm just so proud of that. How did that come about?
Thank you so much. It really came about as my solution, my answer to the fact that when a woman is in a larger body, or what we also call fat, when you're fat and you're a woman and you're a human being of color in society, you pretty much fit into this very unique social group where as soon as people see you, they automatically have judgments about who you are as a person. And so fat women of color have a unique journey when it comes to their relationship with their body, when it comes to how they're judged in regards to their wellness. And so rather than continue to address people who are body bullying or people who are discriminating, I said, you know what, I want to use resources to talk to the women. So I wanted to create a space that was safe and healing and affirming and encouraging, where a woman can go onto that space and look and see that she's not alone, that she is loved, that she is celebrated, and also to provide resources for women to just be overall flourishing in their life.
I love that. And, so one of the things that I definitely want you to explain, because I think this is something, it's a big misconception here, is that when we say accept our bodies, people assume what that means is that we don't exercise, or you're telling people not to try work to eat right. What does that mean when we're saying step into this place of accepting your body, and what does that look like on a daily basis?
Well, what I call it in the work that I do is I call it body peace, which really is a choice that any human being, big, small, whatever gender, whatever race you're from, can embrace at any time. When I first started out blogging and doing women's empowerment, I used to quote body love a lot. But what I realized along the journey and when I began coaching is that sometimes it's very challenging for women to love their bodies right away. We don't always love our bodies. And then sometimes you love your body, and then something may come along like a chronic illness or maybe childbirth or whatever may happen, and that may interrupt that love relationship. However, we can always have body peace at any time.
Yeah.
And so what that body peace can look like, just to answer your question in regards to wellness, I am a wellness coach, and I advocate the fact that not everybody's healthy is the same. And so it doesn't look the same on everybody. It doesn't look the same when it comes to practice. Everyone has the right to explore wellness for their own journey. And so just to kind of release those judgments when you see people and you make assumptions about what they owe the world, because no one owes the world a certain body shape or type.
Absolutely. I love that. And I know for me, just especially when you said like you're coming off of a illness or disease or just a change. So you see women who shift from their 30s to their 40s or 40 body changes, right? And I know for me, like having dealt with cancer, thyroid cancer, and having this weight gain that came, and now trying to figure out who I was in this new body, and then accepting, it was interesting because as I decided that I was going to accept and just love my body, because I knew I needed to do that or else I wasn't going to have this peace that you were talking about. I had a resistance from family and friends who were like trying to give me different ways to lose weight. They're like, no, you need to get back to where you were, right? And then and I'm like, but my body won't do that anymore. Like I'm working at it, but my body is different. And so I need to be at peace with it so I can move into whatever else I need to naturally without trying to force it. And so it was just a very interesting concept, because one of the things that really happened for me was when I decided to make peace with my body and to start to love my body. And when I say that, for those of you guys who are listening, that meant I decided to wear clothes that fit. I decided that, okay, I'm no longer a 14 and I'm going to buy 16s, and that's okay. I decided and I decided to get a stylist that helped me find clothes that fit, that looked good on my body. And I decided to, body affirmations, loving the different things that showed up that weren't there before, and all these different things that I started to do. I just started feeling so much better about myself, and my confidence really boosts. Is this some of the things that you do with your clients?
Absolutely. And another thing is that I really like to expand our concept of wellness, because unfortunately, due to society and the fact that it's driven so much by money and selling things to women, it's been narrowed down to only being what you eat and if you work out. And that's what holistic wellness actually expands that perspective. And it talks about mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So you can have a woman who can be in a body that society thinks looks very healthy or well, because she's maybe the perfect size or she looks slim and trim, but you don't know if that woman is emotionally well or is spiritually balanced. And so what I try to help women understand is, let's talk about you as a whole woman. Let's not be totally obsessed with the scale. Let's talk about how all of this is coming together, little pieces in the pie, to make you a whole woman.
Absolutely. I love that. I love the whole idea of whole woman. Because we're not a one size fits all, and that even though that sounds like a pun, it's not even a pun. It literally we're different dimensions of ourselves, and we're all beautiful. One of the other things that I'm so excited about for you, and I want to say congratulations, is on your wedding.
Thank you.
So,
thank you very much.
Yes, I knew you as a single dating woman, right? And then next thing you know, I see this fabulous, fun man on your Facebook page, and then I'm seeing that you guys are engaged, and now we've been going through the wedding. What was that process like for you of just accepting yourself, your body size, getting married, all these great things like coming together? What has that been like?
It was awesome. One thing I'm very thankful for is the fact that I had the tools to navigate this journey, because women are oftentimes put under a lot of pressure when it comes to relationships, and definitely when it comes to getting married and the wedding and the wedding dress and all of that. And so if this had happened, God's timing is divine. He knew when I was ready for it. But if it had have come to me 5 or 6 years ago, I would have been just really stressed out and maybe feeling down about myself, because society puts so much emphasis on the appearance and the physical body of a woman. And the thing is that the most beautiful thing is that you found this other human being to share life with, to, do this journey with. And does it really matter if on your wedding day, if your waist is snatched and all this terminology that we have, if your waist is snatched and your breasts are sitting up nice and plump and your skin is perfect and your hair is flowing. It's all of these things that we lose the focus on the fact that, two human beings have found each other and they've decided to commit to each other in love and to begin the journey. And so just for me, it was about staying focused on that. And it came up. There were people who tried to pressure me, oh, you should wear this under your dress, or you should do that, or you've got 10 months, you've got plenty of time to A, B, or C, so you can look this way for your, but for me, I know that I've been with this amazing man for, I've known him for over 7 years, and I've been through chronic illness. I've been through ups and downs also with thyroid and PCOS and things like that. And he's loved me through all of that. And even if he didn't love me, I've loved myself. And so I know that I owe myself to be in the moment and not worry about all the other stuff. So that's what I did, and it was amazing.
And I loved it. I love the journey. I think this is the thing that's really crazy to me, but it's a part of the society that we live in. It's a part of the Photoshop photos. It's a part of the glam scene that's out there. But it's made to be like women, full-size women don't have relationships. Meanwhile, the average woman in America is a size 14, 16. Full-size women or fat women, whatever you want to call them, we're getting married every day. Men are in love with our voluptuous bodies and our curves. Yet, when it comes to things like this, now the men that fell in love with all the curves, yet 10 months before the wedding, it's like, lose some weight. That makes no sense whatsoever, that the stuff that we do, or say to each other, right?
Yes.
Like, are you hiding from him? But this is who he fell in love with, but now I need to go and look a certain way for our wedding date. It makes no sense. So I'm just so proud of you and you highlighting your story, because so many women we need to see more of us, the way in which we are. I know you had mentioned on one post, and I read people's posts. I just, because it's so encouraging to me. You had mentioned when you were looking for a wedding dress, and you were like, I didn't see any that looked like me, and this is so jacked up. And I thought, this is so crazy, because I had just looked at some wedding dresses myself, at a bookstore, and I didn't see any that looked like me. And I have learned that if I don't see something that looks like me, so I don't go into my own mind of what going backwards, I just put the magazine down. I literally was like, that's not for me. I'm going to go and check something else out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
and that was actually sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that was also part of the motivation behind creating FWSC, Fat Women of Color, on Instagram, because I wanted to create that space where women can go and see, where fat women of color can go and see people who look like them, because it feels like we're so erased. We're not, you don't really see us on TV. You don't see us in the movies. If it is, we're always the mammy, or we're that character who doesn't have a man, or is very promiscuous, so she's always trying to get a man. Like, we don't see these images of all these amazing fat women of color, and not just looking at them for beauty, because of course we're so much deeper than that, but who are living their lives and thriving. And there's so many amazing women on that account. And I'm not saying it just because I founded it. It inspires me every single day, because women will tag the hashtag, and I look, and they're dancing, they're celebrating, they're working out, they're having fun with their family, they're whatever it is that they're doing, it's just inspirational to say, hey, this is where my people are.
I love that, because that's what I felt. So this year I had the very pleasure of going to the Curvilicious. I think it's called TC. Yeah, the Curvilicious. the Fashionista, Curvilicious Fashionista Expo. So that was the first time of going to the expo. And when I tell you, I just felt so much more amazing when I left because I saw all these women in their bodies just being accepting of themselves in this fabulous fashion. And I thought to myself, what have you been doing all these years? And I got a chance to talk to another, she was a sponsor who was there. It was a really good friend of mine who has an amazing hair care line. And Pamela, I can't think of Pamela's last name right now, but we were talking and she said, oh my God, Melissa, I'm looking at these women and I'm thinking to myself, I'm a size 12 and I keep trying to get back in a 10. What is wrong with me? At what point do I give up this old dream and accept who I am? And no, there's nothing wrong with me. And she said, being here has just up-leveled my confidence. And I said, me too. It was so crazy for me. So I say all this to say, Ivy, I knew you when this was a concept years ago. You were starting this out, and people asked you, are you crazy?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Why? Who is you had mentors, coaches who said, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What does it feel like to have hit a nerve and knew that you were going to do that, and now to see those women emailing you, contacting you, people saying you've helped raise their confidence, what does that feel like?
Oh, wow. Just you asking me that made me get teary-eyed. But
yeah, me too. Because I remember.
Yeah, you know what? It reminds me of what you said at the beginning of the show where you referenced intuition. And so often as women, we don't trust ourselves. We have something in our heart. We have something in our intuition. Creator speaks to us and tells us, hey, this is what you should do. But sometimes because it's either not being done anywhere else or you think, oh, no one would ever buy into that, we just sort of push it away, or we ask other people's opinion and they say, what? No, that makes no sense. So we doubt ourselves. But in the year of 2016, I believe, was my motto was resting your knowing. And so I embraced that motto to say, I know what my purpose is. I know what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm just going to rest in that. And then as it progressed, that resting went to trusting, and that trusting turned into doing. And so for me, it just feels awesome to know that I trusted myself, and I continue to trust myself. It just helps me to continue to make more steps and to move in even further on the journey.
I love that. What's next for you?
Next for me is to I definitely want to continue to create these spaces in live format. So in 2018, you'll definitely see more of these healing spaces and affirming spaces for women with me in live form. So the digital will still be there. But, I want to sit down with women. I want to share energy. I want to hug and all of that and talk about the things that women are going through and be there to support them and give them the tools that have helped me get to this point.
Oh, I love that. And, before we go, I definitely want you to share with us one story of a client that you worked with where you saw this transformation, and what was the turning point for them?
Oh, wow. As soon as you asked me that, a client immediately came into mind. And when she first did a consultation with me, the reason she reached out was because she was going to a wedding, ironically, not getting married, but going to a wedding, and she had tried on a dress, and she was in the dressing room, and she had sort of like a body image breakdown in the dressing room because nothing was fitting, nothing looked right. And her family around her was commenting on her body, and she actually was a smaller size woman. But she reached out because she said, I know that you're the person that can help me with this. And so we worked together for quite some time and just worked on building up her self-esteem, helping her tap into her intuition, helping her learn how to prioritize her holistic wellness so that she could feel better as a woman, and that feeling like a whole woman would transfer into confidence. And so it affected her job. It affected her career. She decided to pursue her dreams and start traveling. She became a certified yoga teacher. All sorts of things blossomed because she dealt with those insecurities. And so the turning point for her was almost the same thing, where she began to start trusting her intuition and realizing that the power had always been there that she needed, and she just needed to tap into it and trust it.
I love that. Yay! That's such an awesome story. So how can our listeners get in touch with you, connect with you, schedule an appointment, all of that great stuff?
Sure. Well, the easiest way, you can always call me, which is 404-997-8814. You can also visit my website, which is mybodyandlove.com. That's really simple. All my social media is there. You can always read some of the blog posts and get some tools there, and also find out what I'm up to and keep up to date.
Absolutely. And give us that Instagram call letters. Is Fat Women of Color?
Yes, Fat Women of Color. Yep.
Yeah, you guys have to check that out, and, you can contact her there as well. I saw that she's also accepting photos of people's journeys, like they have different themes. So it's just some awesome, awesome things.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Ivy. We definitely would have to have you back, and I look forward to doing so many other things with you in 2018. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Same here. Thank you for inviting me. It's awesome to see all the amazing things that have happened, and I'm so excited to see what's to come.
Amen. Well, you guys are listening to EMGN Radio. We will be right back after this commercial break.
Looking for a cafe with a home-like appeal where all who enter feel like they are part of something? Visit My Coffee Shop, located in Eastlake, Atlanta, Georgia. MCS has a full breakfast and lunch menu, offering both hot and cold options, and is home of the amazing basil lemonade. But don't forget their assortment of freshly brewed coffees. Come on by at 2462 Memorial Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30317. We're pretty sure My Coffee Shop at Eastlake will become your coffee shop, too.
iDope, globally inspired vision stylewear, a fusion of classic heritage and contemporary sophistication. An essential part of your lifestyle and fashion expression. iDope, vision stylewear for the fashion-forward and socially conscious. Let's make this a dope world together. iDope. Available online at iDope.com. That's EYEDOPE. iDope.com.
Survival Radio Network, with now more than 1 million downloads. Congratulations to the staff, producers, engineers, and hosts for your tireless pursuit of excellence. And thank you, our loyal listeners, for supporting this movement to inspire, motivate, and educate people worldwide. Survival Radio Network, Survival Radio Christian Network, and our new Survival Sports Radio Network broadcast top-notch shows Sunday through Saturday. Check us out by visiting our website at www.survivalradionetwork.us. SRN, we do radio 1 million strong.
The SRN.
Welcome back. You're listening to EMGN Radio with your host, Melisa Alaba. I am so excited about our next guest. We're talking about relationships today with Miss Pamela King, but let me just share a little bit about her. Pamela seeks to bring a smile to everyone she is around. Pamela is a wife, mom, grandmother, businesswoman, and a friend to many. Pamela's passion is helping women keep themselves in good relationships by still dating their spouse. She also has a blog called Still Dating My Spouse, and she uses her voice to promote healthy relationships, marriages, healthy relationships with themselves. When she relaxes, she loves to watch movies with her husband. Please welcome Pamela.
Hi, you guys. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm. Look, I don't know if I'm qualified to come behind Felicia. She was dropping some good nuggets.
I know, right? Oh my God! And you definitely are. I mean, I just think about the women that's in my network, and you're one of those women that truly inspire me. When I see you and your king on the road and just living you guys' life and inspiring other people to keep their marriage spicy and loving. You know what I mean? Because I think so many people get married, and I was married for 16 years. I've been divorced for like a year and a half now, so I'm back dating. And when I'm talking to men who've been married before, and one of the things that they would say is like, once the woman got me, the dating stopped. And they're like, the question they asked me, go ahead.
I was going to say, the sad part about it, it happens more than we even think about it. We just get complacent. I don't know why.
Right. Because it's like you got the prize. And it's so funny because, you know, this young man that I'm talking to now, you know, one of the things he said is like, you know, I enjoyed the dating process. We had so much fun. I fell in love with her. She fell in love with me. You know, he said we would go out on these different events and she would plan stuff, and we just had a really great thing going on. And then he said once I popped the question and a few months into the marriage, everything changed. And as I listen, I smile because I do see that so often with women is, it's like you got them now. So now the cooking that you did before, the date night that you did before, or whatever the case, you just stop. And guys do it too. So what's some of the things that you teach in relationship building and building a lasting relationship to couples that you work with?
I always encourage the couples to continue doing the things that brought them to the point of saying, I do. Whatever it was that brought you that joy and the love that you developed for your spouse, I need you to continue that long after the wedding day. Because even though we get settled into married life and parenting, but we can't forget the reason why we got married and the fun and the connection and just the comfort that we was feeling with being with our boyfriend, girlfriend then that is now our spouse. So we have to continue to do the same things that we did before that brought us that joy. I always have people laughing. You remember when you was dating and you will look forward to that phone call. Oh, my God, he's getting ready to call me. I can't wait.
Yes.
You're all excited. You make sure that you clear that time out of your schedule because you know at a certain time, especially if it's a routine, at a certain time he's going to call you. You made sure you was available. But once we get married, we like, I got to work, I got civic obligations, I got the kids. I look at the phone, I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to answer his call. What? What happened? Wait a minute, that's not how we do this. That's not how we're going to keep our connection going. We got to keep doing the things that we did to fall in love, to enjoy our spouse long after the wedding day.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And do you guys work with men? Because I see men do this all the time, too. They get complacent, like, okay, I got her now, so they feel like they don't have to work as hard.
Things that grinds my gears is that you see so much on social media or anywhere that's talking about what the wife should do, what the woman should do. But here's the thing, a marriage consists of two people. We both have to do our part. There's 100% that has to come from me. There's 100% that has to come from my husband. So the same thing that we're asking the wives to do, the husband has to do. You can't just walk in and say, I'm the leader. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. No, sir. That's not how any of this works. I need your input. I need your interaction. I need your verbal commitment in everything that we're going to do. Don't just I'm about to say something else. Don't just plop it in here and think that's all you have to do, right? So we all have to work at it. It's a daily struggle. Believe it or not, marriage is one of those on-the-job trainings that never stops. You never stop learning from, because you're going to grow every day. You're getting older. The things that you used to do in your 20s, you don't do it now in your 30s, your 40s, and you just keep evolving. So that's one of the reasons why you have to stay connected to your spouse so that you guys can evolve together.
I love that. Tell me, what made you and your husband decide to start this blog, start working with couples?
So, long story short, in 1998, it was 5 couples of us that got married in 1998, from friends and family. It was 5 of us that got married in 1998. And my husband and I are the only ones that are still married almost 20 years later. And so people will always say, what was it? How do you get your husband to do things with you? Every time I turn around, your husband is willingly, happily looking like he wants to do these things with you. What is the secret? And it was one of those things that I never thought about, because it always been second nature for us to do things together. And once I look back and I talked to the other couples that got married with us in 1998, they grew apart. Their spouse went their way. They did their thing. They had their girls' night out. He had his guys' night out. They never came to the middle and did things together. And I was like, wait, hold on. So the key here is that we didn't even realize was a key. And I'm not bragging on us, because we've had our ups and downs. Please don't take anything that I'm saying as that we're perfect, because that's not it. The key that we realized is that we invested in each other. And then we invested in our individuality, but majority of what we did was together. And we understood that we needed to do things together so we can grow together. Because the more I do with him, the new experiences that that we encounter, I learn something new about him. And it's like, God, I've been with you for 20 years. I didn't know that. But it's something that would have never came up had we not embraced that new experience, or had these date nights, or spent this quality time together. You only learn each other when you invest in each other.
Wow, I love that so much. I think, we're in a time now where we invest in things like those big vacations, right? We invest in things like those big purchases, home. We want the nice cars. And what I see a lot of times with couples, because for years I did couples counseling, for about 10 years I did couples counseling, is that when we get married, so men, one of the things I see with men is they decide they're going to go full force into work. So now their whole thing becomes about moving up the corporate ladder, making sure the family is financially, stable. And so they really invest heavily there. And then women go and invest heavily with the kids and making sure the home is good. But like you're saying, they're not spending time with each other. So how can a couple that's been together for some years, let's just say they've been together for 3 to 10 years, and now they've kind of grown apart, how can they pull it back together where they start reinvesting in each other?
Talk. It's just that simple. Start out with simple conversations. We have to learn how to have those conversations. People take it for granted that calling their spouse and just saying, well, how's your day going? Are you having a good day? Tell me about it. Just that simple is that you're investing in them. It's not a conversation of how's your day? Well, that then you take over. Well, the kids are doing this. No, it's not that type of conversation. Truly be invested or truly be interested in what they are doing. My husband is a truck driver. I know when I got with him, let me change that. I knew absolutely nothing about truck driving. I wasn't interested in it, but that is his life. I can have a conversation with the best one of the truck driver, and you'll think I was driving trucks. You know why? Because I took the time to listen and ask questions to my spouse about what he was interested in. Because once I know what he's interested in, let me talk some of that lingo. I may not understand it truly, but it gives him the respect of knowing that I care what you're doing. If you love it, I love it. Let me learn something about it so we can have this conversation. So we have to put ourselves into their shoes and know more about our spouse. Just have a conversation. How was your day? What do you like? Do you like, just simple, do you like crunchy or smooth peanut butter? Some things we never even think to talk about. What was your favorite childhood candy? You will be amazed at the conversations that can start just by those simple questions, because it's going to lead into other things, and those other things is going to help you learn more about your spouse, and you're going to talk. You're going to laugh. You're going to be like, oh, my God, I did not know that. Then it's going to give you other ideas of what you can do for your spouse. For a long time, I didn't know my husband liked crunchy peanut butter. Did not know it until his mother gave him a gift basket with crunchy peanut butter in there. And I was like, my husband don't like crunchy peanut butter. He was like, yeah, I do. I just never said anything because you like smooth peanut butter. What? So you know what I do now? I buy both because I did not know. Right. I never thought to ask that question. So we talk about, I know you've done this. You have your couples. What is your idea? Do you want kids? Do you want big house? Do you want money? What kind of career? Those are the questions that people are always telling couples to ask. I'm telling couples to ask the other type of questions, the things that's going to get to their core. Because if you know who they are from childhood to now, you'll understand what you need to do in the middle to make y'all go further.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, wee. So this is a little deeper question. How important is sex in a marriage?
Chad, is this PG or R? No, I'm just. See, the thing
it's
about
PG,
sex
but
is,
with a little R.
I got you. The thing about sex is it's not a weapon. It's not a punishment. Sex is created for us to connect, and we have to have a healthy balance of sex in our marriage. Now, I can't tell you what healthy is for you or yours, but you know your environment, you know your dynamics, you know your spouse, and you have to make sure that there is a healthy balance for you. There's a healthy balance for your spouse, and when both of you have that balance, each one of you going to be satisfied. There is never going to be that time that someone is going to say, I just don't get it enough. It's not what I need. When you are in tune and you're asking the correct questions, because you even need to ask sex questions. How do you like it? What do you like? What do you not like? And when they answer those, you're going to be able to ask additional questions, because you're going to find out why. Why do you like that? Why do you not like that? Body changes. Mm-hmm. I'm menopausal. And I had to have that hard conversation with my spouse, because what we did 10 years ago, we had to change it up today because I'm menopausal. Yes, it's not a fun conversation, but I had to bring him into it because I never want to pull away from him sexually, and he thought it was him. No, it's menopause. It's Mother Nature causing us these issues, but we can work through it, and we have. It's just about having that conversation and having a good balance. Because you never want your spouse, male or female, to feel like they are not getting enough sex in the home, because it's natural for us. It's going to send them elsewhere to get it. They can fight it as much as they need to. They either going to watch porn. They're either going to masturbate by themselves. It's just going to be crazy. And that's an issue that you don't even have to have. All you got to do, you're going to go back to what I said before, is have a conversation. Have those conversations.
Yeah. But, one of the things that I see, going back to the sex issue, is a lot of times you'll see women, and I use the word women because men do it too. So what I've learned is men will use sex as a weapon, like to pull away. Women do it too, but especially at the end of a relationship, they'll just stop having, sexual encounters with their spouse as a way to hurt them. and to keep that, keep from reconnecting. But women early on will stop because they'll say, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm taking care of the house. So now it becomes a punishment. Like, it's like I'm doing more of the duties here, and so because I'm doing more of the duties in the household, you don't deserve it. So no, I can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so issue is not the sex, and that's where we fail as a couple. When we have an issue, we earmark the one thing that our spouse wants or enjoys. So the wife is overwhelmed with household and kids, but the husband wants sex, and so that's his enjoyment right now. So she's going, instead of talking to him about the overwhelming part of the kids and the household chores, she's going to earmark it to be the sex. No, it's not the sex, because you want the sex too, but you don't know how to talk to your spouse about, can I just get your help with these kids? Can I just please get you to pick your clothes up off the floor? Just have the real conversation. Don't make sex the issue when it's really not the issue, because the issue is you tired of the kids. Look, John needs to be in time out, and you don't know how to put him in time out, so you need your husband to help you. Instead of you telling him to discipline the child or help you with these kids, you're going to say, since in your mind, since he ain't helping me with the kids or the household, I'm not going to give him no sex. That's not fair.
Right.
He doesn't even know you need these issues. You have these issues or need his help until you tell him, and be specific in what it is. Don't hold the sex out. It ain't got nothing to do with it. If you need him to help with his household, talk to him about helping you with the household chores. It ain't sex. It's not the sex. I promise you. A lot of times it's not the sex. It's something else, and we fail to talk about the real issue, but we're going to withhold sex.
I love what you're saying, because it's so true. It goes down to communication, and a lot of times we think we're communicating, but we're not. And because we're not being truthfully honest.
Right.
Go ahead.
We do that passive aggressive.
Yes.
And once we get married, and especially when we have clocked a lot of years, we expect our spouse to be mind readers. And believe it or not, we are not mind readers. Our spouse is not mind readers. It's so important that we open up our mouth and speak exactly how we're feeling in specific terms, and let them know what we need from them. Use them I statements. I am feeling a little overwhelmed. I need you to do this, and this for me. Not that I'm feeling over. I can't do these household chores anymore. I just don't know what to do. That's not giving specifics, and you're not guiding your spouse to what you're needing. That's just an utterance. Because he's still standing there like, oh, okay, so, okay, but the house still needs picking up. He don't know what to do. Give him specifics. And it goes to women, for husbands and to their wives, too. Give specifics and use I statements. I need, I feel, I want. Could you help me by doing this for me? It's all in the I statements. You're not pointing fingers. You're not telling them that they're doing something wrong. You're telling them what you need for you to be a better spouse for them. Because believe it or not, we're all in marriage to serve our spouse, and the only way for them to be able to serve you is to understand what it is they need to serve to you. And the only way for them to know that is for you to articulate it. But for you to articulate it, you got to know what it is you really want. Because you saying that you're overwhelmed with the kids and you want help with the kids. What do you need help with the kids with? Because think about it. You'll tell your spouse, I need help, and they go in there and try to help. You're like, no, you're not doing it right. Okay, but you just said you need help. What kind of help do you need? Be specific with what you want them to do so that they can do it. They want to help you. They want you to be happy. They do not want you to be overwhelmed, and they want their sex. So, believe me, they want to help you. Just give it to them. Tell them what it is that you want them to do. Y'all would be so much happier. I promise you would.
Amen. And everybody would be smiling and joyful, right? Because they're getting it, and then they're also communicating. This was such an amazing Such an amazing conversation. I'm so excited you were on the show today. Please let our audience know how they can connect with you, learn from you, and continue to stay connected to you.
I would be more than happy to have your followers follow me. I am dating my spouse all over social media, Instagram, Twitter. On Facebook, I am still dating my spouse. We would love to chat with you if you have any questions about dating your spouse, or marriage questions, or communication. Definitely let me know. I do have a free communication book, conversation starter book, that you guys can definitely get. You can go to bit.ly/conversation starter ebook. It's free for you. It'll help you start that conversation and reconnect with your spouse. So I'm excited. Thank you for letting me be here today.
It was a pleasure, and we have to have you back and give us some more of these sex tips. No, just playing.
Hey, look, I can have you swinging from the chandeliers, even in menopausal women. We can make this happen. Let me tell you, sex does not have to be a punishment. It does not have to end. Listen.
Yes. I just love the way in which women have taken some of their passions and things that they have, really been able to work. Like you said, you got married in 1998 and still married, and then turned that into a business. So I appreciate you so much being on the show, and we definitely will have you back very soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Well, you guys have been listening to EMGN Radio. Until next time, color your page with love, color your page with peace, and color your page with joy.
You are listening to the LNB Network, the way radio was meant to sound.